So we already know about simple interest. I want to take a second to talk about compound interest because there's quite a big difference between the two, and more money is actually built through compounding interest rather than through simple interest. So let me go ahead and explain. You deposit $400 in an account that earns 3.5% interest compounded annually. What is the account balance after 2 years? Alright, so the first thing we have to do is, of course, look at our reference chart, which will give us this formula. A equals P, and then we have 1 plus R to the T power. Okay, so this T is going to be time, which of course is represented in years. It always has to be years. If it's given to you in months, make sure you divide by 12. This R, of course, is going to be our rate, and this is going to be written as a decimal. And of course, we have our 1, and our P is our principal, which is going to be our starting amount. How much is borrowed or how much is put in. And then lastly, we have the amounts in the account. Okay, so this is the total amount in the account. It's not the interest that was earned, just the total amount of money in the account. So I'm just going to go ahead and plug in. My principal is going to be 400. And then we have 1 plus our rate. So if it's 3.5%, in order to turn that into a decimal, I have to move it back to the left 2 times. So 1, 2. So it's going to be 0.035. So it's going to be 1.035. And then time is 2 years. Okay. So at this point, I'm just going to go ahead and put this into my calculator. Remember, in order to do exponents, here's a little model of the calculator. In order to do exponents to this power over here, you must click on that caret button here. Right? It's right above the division symbol. And please make sure to use parentheses. That'll really help organize your work when you type everything into the calculator. So after you type all of that into the calculator, you have an answer of 428.49. Alright? So the total amount in the account is going to be $428.49. Okay? Same thing over here. A equals P, and then we have 1 plus R to the T power. So A is going to be equal to 1,200, and then we have 1.054, and then this is going to be to the third power. When I plug that into my calculator, I get 1,405.09. Okay? But if we read the question, it says, what is the interest in the account after 3 years? Unlike this question that says, what is the account balance? So A gives me the account balance. In order to find the interest, that's going to be the amount of money in the account minus how much money we started with. Okay? So the interest here is going to be equal to 1,405.09 minus 1,200. Now, when we subtract that, we're going to see that the interest is equal to $205.09. So this would be the interest in the account. This right here is just how much total money is in the account, including the principal. Okay, so you deposit $300 in a savings account that earns 7.2% interest compounded annually. What is the account balance after 2 years? How much interest was earned? Okay, so I'm basically answering both questions here. I need to figure out how much is in the account. I need the account balance, and I also need the interest. So our formula is A equals P, 1 plus R, and then to the T power. So A equals, my initial amount is 300, and then I have 1 plus this as a decimal, so it's going to be 0, because this is my tenths place. I need to be my hundredths now, 7.2. And then this is over 2 years, so it's going to be to the second power. So A, the total money in the account, is going to be 300. There we go. Is going to be equal to $344.76. Now the interest in the account is how much is in the account minus how much I started with. So 344.76 minus 300 is going to give me, 76 minus 300 is going to give me $44.75. Okay, so the interest I earned was $44.75, but the total money in the account is $344.76. Okay, let's try another one. You deposit $500 into an account that earns 6% interest compounded annually. What is the interest in the account after 48 months? Okay, this one is interesting because this one gives us months. We've only been dealing with years. We know that T has to be in terms of years. Okay, so when we think to ourselves, how many months are in a year? There's 12 months in a year. So if we take 48 and divide it by 12, we get 4 years. Okay, so T here is going to be equal to 4 years. We're not going to put 48. If we put 48, that means we're doing 48 years. All right, we don't want years, we want 48 months. Okay, so A, and we're trying to figure out the interest here. Okay, so A equals 500, and then you got 1.06, not 1.6, that'll be 60%, and that's going to be 4 years. So now A equals, when I type everything into the calculator, I have three times, this is number 4, there you go. So when I type this into the calculator, I get left with $631.24. Okay, so now I want to figure out the interest. So A is going to be equal to $631.24 minus $500. So interest, not A, I'm sorry, interest is going to be $131.24. Okay, so as you can see, as long as you have your formula and you know how to use your formula and plug in the correct numbers, it's pretty straightforward. The only thing you have to watch out for is if it gives you months, you want to divide by 12 because you're looking for years. Now, let's just go over 2 more problems. We're going to go ahead and compare some simple interest and some compound interest situations and figure out which one is the better option. So, you want to invest $8,000 for 3 years. Which account should you choose? So, account A has a 4% simple interest rate for per year, and then account B earns 4% interest compounded annually. So for simple interest, we got I is equal to PRT. So P is my initial amount, so we got 8,000. And then R, 0.04, has to be a decimal. And then time is going to be 3 years. Alright, so when I multiply all of that into my calculator, I get an earned interest of $960. So that means in the account, I have $960 plus the amount that I started with. So I have a total of $8,960 in this simple interest account. Okay, so this is simp interest. Alright, next, let's see compounded annually. We have P1 plus R and then to the T power. So P is 8,000. We have 1.04 and then 3 years. So A in this case would be equal to $8,998.91. Okay, so if I'm investing money into these 2 accounts in the same time, I'm going to go with account B. I'm going to go with the compound. So compound interest. The reason being is because I'm going to earn about $38 more and 91 cents more doing this account than doing this account. So I'll definitely go with account B. Alright, now I want you to go ahead and try this one on your own. So take a second, pause the video, and then I'm going to go ahead and put the answers.